dare you from me? This is the first video that I'm making in this series where I hope to just be a friend to someone in the world via these videos. Because in my own life, I've stumbled upon YouTube and have found some sort of video that has changed my life or at least helped me go to sleep better at night. And I think that it's a miracle that these videos can do that. So if you've stumbled upon this, I want you to know, 1, yes, it's for you. 2, I'm not gonna sell you anything. And 3, well, I guess the only thing I will sell you is love. You know, I've gone through a lot in my life over the past few years, and it's been a lot of things from health troubles to, family shifting to friendships changing to heartbreak. And I've seen lots of dark places. I've sat up at night for weeks, maybe, wondering my worth, wondering my future, wondering if it's going to be okay. And a lot of that worry kind of kept me from even just simply being able to go to sleep at night. So I really hope that if that's you right now, I hope that you don't even finish this video. I hope the sound of my voice and me just simply talking to you gives you a sort of comfort that allows you to go to sleep and rest. Because rest is so important for this journey we're on as humans. Rest is the most important thing, in fact. We live in a society where, it's such a hustle culture society, and they demand so much of us, not only so much of our energy, so much of our work, but also so much of our, identities in a way. We just don't have a chance to just be blobs, be human blobs that just exist and exist well when we are blobs, we don't have many times where we can just rest. And for most people, you have to be able to afford vacations. You have to be able to afford lifestyles that allow you to rest. And I believe rest is a right. I believe everybody should be able to access the ability to exhale. So let's exhale. Let's take a moment to exhale. So let's breathe in on the count of 4, okay? We'll do 4 counts in and then 4 counts out. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna hold it for a second. Then let's breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold that for a second. Then we're gonna breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Ball up all the anxiety. Now breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now that we're sitting here after having breathed, let's just focus on our breath and focus on our existence, that we are not robots, that we are not perfect, that we've made mistakes. And if it's a mistake that's keeping you up at night, I want you to know that we make mistakes. I've started to actually call mistakes purposeful accidents because sometimes you'll be very surprised that a mistake actually, after some time, it doesn't immediately happen, but after some time, a mistake will turn you into or turn you toward a direction that you would have never discovered before. if you had not made that mistake. For me, I often think about how when I was a senior in high school, I had really bad senioritis. Like, it was so bad. I had a math class like first thing in the morning, and I barely showed up to it, and like didn't do well in that class, to the point where I was going to get rescinded from my top choice university. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've made such a huge mistake. Granted, that university was willing to let me still go there so long as I retook the class over the summer, which I felt was kind of ridiculous because I was going for like art, like film, and not for, calculus. But I spent that summer kind of retaking this class and feeling like they were begrudgingly letting me into their university. Like they didn't care for me. They didn't like me. I was just another number to them, But then I got, at like the very end of the summer, like the most other like purposeful accident, I suppose, for some universal lesson or some universal timing. But my acceptance to Howard University did not come into the mail when all the other acceptances did. Now, if you've gone to college or you've gone through a college decision process, you know that most of these acceptances come in at like the top of the summer. And then there's something called an acceptance day. And with that, you pretty much choose which school you want to go to, and you reject all the other schools, and that's the school. So I did that entire process, chose the school that didn't, that was kind of giving me a hard time. And then it wasn't until months later, this like piece of mail finally made it to my house saying not only did I get in, but I had a scholarship as well. Now, this other university was not giving me a scholarship, and, I felt, again, like a number. So it was kind of interesting, like how, had I not done a little bit bad in my math class, I would have never had a problem with this university. And this sort of saving grace of like this other sort of, like a variable, this other variable being delayed. And that's a whole nother conversation. When things are delayed, sometimes it's delayed for the universal good. This thing that was delayed, it had to show up and arrive to me once I had already realized that, this thing that I wanted so much, this other place, was not the best source for me, the best energetic source. And so I thought that was quite beautiful. Not only that, but they did not give me a hard time. Because again, I was going for I was going for film and like psychology, not necessarily calculus and math. But I had done really well for the rest of my high school career. It was just one class that I just, couldn't get up in the morning for. And, some schools, I guess, really care about those metrics, and some care about you. And I think that in itself is kind of a lesson about society and life, where, we should go where we're cherished. We should go where we're cherished. I think it's easy to try to mold ourselves to the kind of perspectives of what we think the world wants, but there are spaces that want you as you are flawed, as you are, making your mistakes, as you are human. And I guess that's the message for today. You're human, and it's still all going to work out. It's still all going to work out. Yeah. Hope this resonated. I love you, friend. Have a good night.